Who is benefiting from these resources? But I would blame the West. By West I mean Europe and the US. Patrice Lumumba was captured by the rebel groups and murdered. But the actual matter was Patrice Lumumba was pro-communist, pro-Russia. Unless the West stops poking its nose, the richest country in the world is concluded by GDP of any country. But if we look at the amount of natural resources that a country has, the country that we are talking about today could be, or it is, one of the richest country in the world. For example, every mobile phone in this entire world has a piece of this country, including the one you are holding right now or next to you. The Democratic Republic of Congo, or simply DRC, or even simpler just Congo, where 11 crore, that is 110 million people live. Not to be confused with the neighbor Republic of Congo. This in reality just doesn't exist. Nobody talks about this country. There is actually nothing to talk about this country. So whenever or wherever you listen to the name Congo, it's most probably about Democratic Republic of Congo, or at least as I am recording this video. Democratic Republic of Congo is one of the richest country in the world because of the natural resources that lies below the ground here. Huge resources such as gold, copper used in solar panels, cobalt which is used for batteries in electric cars. DRC has more than half of the world's cobalt reserves. Half. One other natural resources is Coltan, which is used in every electronic device. An estimated 80% of Coltan, world's Coltan is in DRC, 80%. Total worth of natural resources in DRC is estimated to be 24 trillion US dollars. Not to forget, this is only what is discovered till date. But the Congolese people are one amongst the world's poorest. To be more precise, DRC is one among the 5 poorest countries in the world. Worst part is not that Congolese people are the world's poorest in spite of having blessed with natural resources. The worst part is that DRC is home for the deadliest conflicts since World War II. Over 8% of all children in DRC die before the age of 12. That is almost 1 in 10 children, mainly due to hunger, disease, or in conflicts. And more than 75% of the people in this country don't have a roof over their head or drinkable water or food. So why are Congolese people still poor? Who is benefiting from these resources? Almost all of the mines are majority owned by foreign companies for throwaway prices. Some companies are from Switzerland, some mines are owned by companies from Canada, UAE, and since 1990, China is the most important player in these mines. China controls over 50% of the entire country's cobalt mines and 70% of its copper mines. Since 1990, China has made deals with DRC to gain majority control over the mines in return for building infrastructure, schools, hospitals, which is mostly lost in corruption. DRC is ranked 162 of 180 on Transparency International Corruption Perception Index, which in layman term means you can literally get away from doing anything illegal in this country. Some articles or experts, of course, they are all from West, say corruption is the key reason for poverty in the country. But I would blame the West. By West I mean Europe and the US. People might say, this is because Congolese people are foolish enough to elect corrupt people as their leaders. But no, Congolese people are better than Indians. Indians are idiots, foolish enough to elect the most corrupt political party for 6+ decades without any intervention from foreign countries. The political party that Indians elected for the first 6 decades since independence did nothing but corruption and Muslim appeasement. But in DRC's case, West is feeding the conflicts to keep the country unstable, assisting rebel groups to kill leaders who are not pro-West, irrespective they are good or bad leaders. DRC was ruled by Belgium under King Leopold II since 1885, and an estimated 1 crore, that is 10 million people were killed or died due to hunger or disease. Additionally, 5 million plus died mostly from starvation, disease in Second Congo War, that is from 1998 to 2003, which is also known as the African World War. In 1960, DRC gained independence from Belgium, and Congolese people elected a person called Patrice Lumumba as its first prime minister. Even today, Patrice Lumumba is seen as a national hero by Congolese. History books say Patrice Lumumba had a vision which stated countries' natural resources should be used for the benefit of its citizens. Now, we don't know how good a political leader Patrice Lumumba was to his country, but tragically or coincidentally, within 6 to 8 months after being elected as prime minister, Patrice Lumumba was captured by the rebel groups and murdered. Guess who backed this assassination? Yes, it was EU and US, specifically Belgium from EU. Pro-Soviet Union, Patrice Lumumba was captured and assassinated by his rivals with the tacit backing of Belgium, and US and DRC was happy and prosperous ever after. This is not what I am saying, this is what a government website, a US government website says. Look at this article from a US government website. US government concluded Patrice Lumumba was dangerous within 6 months and backed his assassination. But of course, US or even some common people still have justifications stating Patrice Lumumba was dangerous, notorious. But the actual matter was Patrice Lumumba was pro-Russia. Uncle Sam, who supports democracy and took all the efforts and just 6 to 8 months to identify pro-Soviet Patrice Lumumba as dangerous, notorious, and heroically went extra mile to get freedom to Congolese people, unfortunately turned blind eye on another dictator, Joseph Désiré Mobutu, who ruled for the next 32 years from 1965. Tens of thousands to several hundred people are believed to have been killed under Mobutu's rule. No freedom from the US to Congolese people from this dictator because he was pro-West. US once even sent Mobutu several planes in return to getting access to the mines, and one of the planes was loaded with $60,000 worth of coke as per instructions from Mobutu. It is said that after Mobutu's exploitation, it became normal to the preceding rulers who continued to exploit the Congolese people. There are more than 120 different militant groups in DRC. Yes, you heard it right. It's 120 militant groups. And who supplies weapons to these groups to maintain instability? You guessed it right. So even if Congolese people elect a leader who is willing to do something good to the country, unless the West stops poking its nose, nothing is going to change. One good thing happened post World War II was many countries got independence, especially from UK. You can pause the video and see the date of independence of many countries post World War II. Whatever the history book states, a specific person led the freedom struggle and freedom was taken from the UK or other Western countries. The reason for granting independence to many countries back to back was that UK or any other Western country was just not able to concentrate on anything apart from their own country due to the after effects of World War II. Similarly, after World War III, which is bound to happen in the next 3 or 4 years, I really wish Africa finds its way out of influence from the West. It doesn't matter if they still suffer living below poverty line, killing each other. But definitely the suffering should not be to fulfill the luxury of any other powerful Western country. As far as US is concerned, it's time to pay back for all the karma. Thank you very much.